Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. On behalf of OTC Markets and our co-host, Zach Smallcap Research, we're very pleased you join us for our quarterly life sciences event. Our next presentation is from Adia Nutrition. Please note you may submit questions for the presenter in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings by clicking Book Meeting in the top toolbar. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Larry Poe Wallace. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Adia Nutrition, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol ADIA. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you, John. All right, so let's start this presentation. Quick introduction. This is just my safe harbor so you understand that what I say is accurate, but I may miss something, basically. Okay, push. All right. So the first thing we'll go over is the key achievements that we did, the business expansion we did in the last 12 months. I acquired the company, took over as CEO January of last year. There was no real model in the company. Since then, the first model we put into the company is the BioLeak coffee. BioLeak coffee is a mushroom and protein coffee. We acquired the entire company, the inventory. We currently sell that on Shopify and Amazon. It's doing decent in sales, but that is really just one small part of what we've been doing over the last, say, 12 months. In January of this year, we opened our first clinic, Adia Med of Winter Park. That clinic does multiple types of treatments, does HSCT for autoimmune conditions such as multiple sclerosis. It does stem cell treatments, exosome treatments, and it's growing very quickly. The next thing we did is we decided the product that we found for stem cells and exosomes, we found to be the best product in the country. So we private labeled it, and it is Adia Vita and Adia Link. Adia Vita is 100 million stem cells and 3 trillion exosomes, and Adia Link is 3 trillion exosomes. We've also opened our first satellite clinic, which is a shared space agreement, and that's in New Jersey in Tinton Falls. So there's your first expansion of the achievements we've done already. Do a little bit more explanation. So this is another nutritional company that we invested in. We own a percentage, I believe it's 18% of Cement Factory. Cement Factory was actually created by the bodybuilder AJ Sims, the gentleman on the top left. He created certain products like Gut Revival that does really well. It actually helps with people with Crohn's disease. He used to have Crohn's disease and doesn't have any stomach problems anymore. The person on the bottom, I'm sure everybody recognizes him. That is Jeff Shulo. He was a WWE wrestler. He is now a TNA wrestler. And he is also one of the founders of Cement Factory. Jeff is a good friend of mine, and he will be doing additional business with us in the future. Okay, financial milestones. So we worked diligently to become QB, exactly everything I stated in the beginning of last year. We have been accomplishing ahead of schedule. So for the QB uplisting, we hired a third-party auditing firm to get our books validated. That's one of the requirements for QB. We applied for QB with OTC, and within 6 weeks, it's actually 6 weeks and 1 day from the time we applied, we were approved, which from what our accountants say, our auditing accountants say, that was a record time to get approved. Our next goal is to become a NASDAQ company. Our goal is to uplist to NASDAQ. Our estimated projection for that would hope to be within the next 3 years. We should be able to meet those requirements at the rate of growth we're having right now. Should take 3 years or less. And so is our goals, our hopes. Okay. Insurance and global research, global reach. So we, as a medical clinic, we actually have applied for ACA approval in the state of Florida. In Florida, they require a license through the state to be able to take any insurances. So if you take a private insurance, a Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, we had to get this license. As of last week, we got the letter that they have accepted our application and approved us. We did our actual inspection of the clinic 3 weeks ago. So right now we're waiting for the license number and we'll be able to take insurance. We actually started today. We hired an insurance coder to start applying for the um, insurance claims. Our first patient to receive an insurance claim or to apply for insurance claim will be happening today. So I haven't even announced that yet. So you guys will be the first to hear that we are actually taking insurance as of today. That is great for multiple treatments that we do. We do HSCT or AHSCT for autoimmune conditions. As anybody read my bio at the beginning, I used to have MS. I no longer have MS. I had this treatment done 3.5 years ago. And so you understand the reason I did this company, I was retired. I did not have to do any other work. The reason I did this company is because I wanted to help more people to have the results I had done. I was told 5 years ago when I was diagnosed with MS that I'd be in a wheelchair by now. And I am not in a wheelchair. You can say I'm working a large company and enjoying my life. So I wanted everybody else to have that opportunity. So we created a clinic that does AHSCT treatments. Very simple explanation. We take your stem cells and we take them out of your body and we freeze them. We give you 4 treatments of chemotherapy, and then we put your stem cells back in. You now have a brand new immune system, and with that brand new immune system, you have depending on your situation, we have between a 70 and 94% success rate, depending on which type of MS you have, from RRMS to PPMS. So that's huge. And we now have the insurance. We know that in the past, insurance has paid for 95% of the claims. So we have a very good chance to have the insurance paying for this treatment. And just to give you an idea of numbers, everybody's always asks me, well, what does that cost? With insurance, we bill the insurance company $150,000 per patient. We currently have 10 patients in queue waiting to get the treatment. So our goal is to treat 20 patients per month per clinic. And we plan on having 5 clinics in the United States within the next, between this year and next year. So simple numbers. If you did 10 patients, it's $150 a patient, $50,000 per patient. That's $1.5 million per month per location. So the numbers are very, very positive. Um, let's go over some other things besides just insurance. Um, the clinics, we do 2 different things. We do a license agreement, and that's going to be more for, and we could do it in the United States too if somebody wanted it. Um, we do an agreement to where they can license the name Adia Med. The conditions of licensing the name Adia Med, they have to meet the same standards that our clinics meet, and they have to buy all of their stem cell and exosome products from our subsidiary Adia Labs. So it actually gives you a chance to have basically a connection with a lot of other clinics with the same name. You get to the quality products that we use, and we actually help train you to show you how to do the treatments. We're also in the process, I'm actually in negotiations right now with a license agreement for a medical clinic in Colombia and one in Mexico. So those two, we are actually, Mexico is closer than Colombia. We're actually working with the government right now in Mexico to make sure they're accepting our product to be shipped into Mexico. We know they have in the past because we ship products to different clinics there. This would be a larger volume of product, and it would be a clinic that is called Adia Med of Mexico. So that's some of the changes we're doing for the international type business. Um, as far as satellite locations, The New Jersey location is called a satellite location or a shared space location. If you have a medical clinic or even a med spa, and say you're doing cosmetic treatments and you want to get more into medical treatments, you can become an Adia Med as a satellite location. What that means is we will take our company, we'll open a location at your clinic, and we'll share space with you. And we'll pay you a royalty for every treatment we do. We pay your doctors to do the treatments. And that is actually, we have a lot of interest from different clinics in doing that because it over doubles their what they can offer their patients or their clients. It's a more medical than it is cosmetic. We can do regenerative medicine. So tore ACL, don't get surgery, get your ACL injected. And there's different types of methods of stem cells we can do that with. We can do PRP, we can do stem cell donor, we can do exosomes. There's many ways to treat for regenerative medicine, treat joints, um, cartilage, pain. There's a lot of things we can do with that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right, marketing and product innovation. So we are in the process. We're working with Mountain. Mountain is actually Ryan Reynolds is the CCO of Mountain, Chief Creative Officer of Mountain, and we are in the process of doing a nationwide commercial. We don't know anybody that's ever done a stem cell and exosome TV commercial, nationwide TV commercial. We believe we're the first ones. That is going to basically have awareness of our products. We're emphasizing Adia Vita, which is our stem cell and exosome product. And then another commercial within towards the end of the year will be another product called Adia Link. The product we've had the best results with is the Adia Vita, and that is the 100 million stem cells and 3 trillion exosomes. We've had great results with that product. We're also in the process of expanding our regenerative product line. What that means is we're actually working with a pharmaceutical right now. We want to not just private label some of these products, we want to create our own. So we're working with a formulation for NAD plus. That is you might want to call it a group of proteins that your body loses as you get older. And if you have those proteins, you have more energy, your body repairs itself faster. So there are some other things like certain types of peptides that we're looking to add in to NAD plus, and we're currently working with a pharmaceutical to get that done. More than likely, if we get this done the way we think it's going to get done, we will patent that. That would be one of our first patents in one of our products. And yeah, so it says patent potentials. We currently have different formulations that we're working on, and as long as they're unique, which these all are unique, we should be able to get patents for multiple products. There's also some electronic products that we're working on. There's some software we're working on. Depending on which ones are classified as unique enough, we should be able to get patents for all of them, patents and copyrights for all of them. Oops, went too far. Okay, future goals. So our number one, well, let's look at it like this. We have multiple incomes. We have incomes from the clinic. We have incomes from BioLeak Coffee. We have income from Cement Factory, the nutritional supplements. We have incomes from selling the products, the stem cells and exomes, to doctors and clinics. So we have a multiple income ways to generate income. Our first goal, and this is what's growing the fastest right now, is selling stem cells and exome products to doctors and clinics. A lot of doctors are using other products that are not as good as ours. I have not found, I've researched products for regenerative medicine, pain management, wound healing, and there's not been any product in the last year that I have tested that is as good as our product. I'm actually not just a CEO, I'm actually one of the patients as well. I've done 3 treatments using our products, and I had a COD problem, a problem breathing. So I was a smoker for 45 years. Um, I no longer have COPD. And that happened it started getting repaired within 3 weeks. My trainer said, I can't believe you're not taking breaks between your sets. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, you always took a long break and you're huffing and puffing. You're not doing that anymore. So he's the one that made me aware that it was improving. And right now, I don't run out of breath for like these long conversations. I'd have to take 10 breaths to talk. And I don't have that problem now. Um, Licensing expansion. We are in the process for the licensing to go worldwide, to go global. Our intentions are to go to the UK, the Switzerland, Sweden. We already have contacts that ask us questions. Just remember, every one of these takes time because we do need approvals from each government. Now, for Switzerland, we have 2 hospitals that are considering creating one of our labs there that we won't have to worry about shipping. And that's probably the way a lot of these global areas are going to be, probably within the Middle East, within Switzerland. We've had conversations. They will probably have their own labs, and Adia Adia Nutrition, our parent company, will always own a piece of those. So our plan is to have, again, additional incomes from other partnerships that we do. Satellite expansion. If anybody's a doctor or has a clinic that they're already doing um, regenerative medicine, or doing cosmetic treatments, we can show you ways to enhance your clinic. If you're doing cosmetic, I would highly recommend getting regenerative. There's a lot of people that have Tory cells, arthritis, um, deteriorating hips. We can absolutely show you how to change or increase your model and do that. Okay. Um, what's the last one here? Awareness campaign. Oh, yeah. So our awareness campaign, what we want to do, a lot of people don't understand. And actually, one of these questions is, do you need FDA approval for stem cell treatments? The answer is you do not need FDA approval for stem cell treatments if the product you have is minimally manipulated. That means we didn't add any chemicals to it. We didn't do anything weird to change the structure of the cell, and our products don't have any of that. They are called a 361 product, and that means they are considered natural. So we're basically, as long as we use them for homogeneous use, meaning from what they came from, what they are, meaning we use blood stem cell exosomes, that means it has to do with the blood of the patient. That's the rule. Okay, so the answer is yes, you can absolutely give a patient stem cells and exosomes. Let me give one thing that a lot of doctors don't understand. In the United States, MDs and DOs have what's called the right to practice medicine, the practice of medicine. The FDA cannot interfere with a doctor and patient's decision to try a treatment or a therapy. Um, they've never gone after a doctor for what they believe would help the patient, as long as it was sanitary, GMP, which all of ours are, CGMP, laboratory produced, and you had references to show the rationale why you did that, the reasoning of why you did it. So the answer is that's the explanation of why you're allowed to do it. So there's no FDA requirement. In our case, we are registered with the FDA. They know we have the lab that sells Adia Vita and Adia Link, and we're licensed to store and ship, so basically sell that product throughout the country. All right, let me go to the next slide here. Okay, push. All right, so let's do a quick summary of this. Now, I got about like 10 questions, so we'll try to answer as many questions as we can before we run out of time. So, in summary, I do have a lot of goals for Adia Nutrition. The number one goal is naturally growth. Um, the way I look at this model is, if I help patients, we're going to make money. And the more patients I help, the more money we're going to make. And I can give you an example. We did one patient 3 weeks ago. He's already referred 4 of his friends. 2 of his friends have gotten the treatment already. It's going to just grow and grow and grow because so many people need these type of treatments, and they're not enough information about them. So we are within, hopefully by the end of this year, we'll create some type of institution, some type of college for doctors and patients where they can actually learn more about what these type of treatments can do for them. There's a lot of possibilities, and it's really, if a doctor talks to their patient, they can offer a lot of treatments to them that I can't really go over. I'm not a doctor, but I sure learned a lot by having MS, and that's why I have so much information about MS, about stem cells. That's why I have so much going on with this Adia Nutrition. Investment opportunities. Join a leader in regenerative medicine. We are growing faster than any other stem cell company. Our competition is actually calling me, asking me why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I said, because we have the best product and we're selling it. Basically, a lot of the competitors, doctors are telling them that I'm selling this and that they like my product better. And they're trying to like slow me down. And that's not going to happen. Our goal right now, our goal is to do 200 vials per month by the end of July, and by the end of the year, minimum sales of 1,000 vials per month. To give you an idea of what these kind of stem cell and exosomes cost, they're $3,500 per vial. And right now we have doctors buying, some buying 3 in a week, some buying 6 in a week. And that number is just going to keep growing. The more I average 2 to 4 calls a day with clinics and doctors, explaining to them our products and getting them to start buying. And it takes a doctor or a clinic about a month to finally make up their mind, but they do that, and then they start buying from us. And once they start buying, you would never go back to their other to our competitors, because our product is absolutely more successful. It has a much greater repair ability. All right, so I'm done with these slides. Call to action, I can't tell you to buy Adia stock, but I can tell you definitely look at our stock, look at the growth. You'll see everything that I committed to, I've done within record time. Every commitment I had, I've exceeded, I have beaten the time. Like example, it takes typically 12 to 14 months to get approved in OTCQB. I did that in 6 weeks. Our licensing took a little longer. I said it would be done in 6 months. It was done in 6.5 months. But that wasn't because of Adia Nutrition. That's because of the bureaucracy it takes to go through the government to get a license. But we got it. So every license we tried for, everything we've applied for, we've gotten approved. So I'm going to tell you the same thing when I go to do NASDAQ. Once we meet the qualification of NASDAQ, we will be approved through NASDAQ. That's my ultimate goal, is be a NASDAQ company, hopefully within the next 3 years or sooner. Okay, let me answer a few questions. It looks like we have maybe 6 or 7 minutes left. I'm going to answer this. Most people don't talk about their finances. What's our cash position, and do we need to raise capital in the next 12 months? As of right now, I gave the company a line of credit of $500,000. I personally loaned them $500,000 at 6% interest. They are close to the end of that, but we are also getting cash flow. So the first quarter this year was pretty decent, about 150,000, 120 to 150,000 in revenue, which is not bad for the first month of actually having your clinic open. And if you remember, we just started the end of the second quarter selling products nationwide, and that is growing tremendously. So to answer the question, I don't believe between all the funding I've already done, I don't believe I need any more funding in the next 12 months. I can't fathom that I would. If I did, I would probably, besides the funding we already had done, I probably would offer to fund it more money if it needed it. I just don't think it's going to need it. Again, one person asked a ticker symbol. Ticker symbol is the same as the name. It is ADIA, Adia. And I was very fortunate when we got this. It was already Adia. Next one, let me see. Um, okay, they're asking if I need a treatment, do I have to travel to where you are? Um, or there are other clinics. So we currently have two clinics, one in New Jersey, one in Winter Park, Florida. And I just had a patient call me yesterday that was in Texas. Well, luckily, we sell to a clinic in Texas. So I just got on the call with the doctor in Texas, introduced the patient to them, and they're getting their treatment in Texas. So if you're in another state, and even though I don't have a clinic buying in that state, if you have a doctor that's willing to work with you, have them call me and we'll get them to buy the product and you won't have to leave your state to have the treatment done. Let's see what's the next one. Somebody's asking how to invest in our company. We're a publicly traded company. We're now fully reporting. So you can go to E-Trade, you go to Charles Schwab, Goldman Sachs. Anybody, any brokerage firm can trade our stock. The only one that wouldn't be able to would be Robinhood, because I know a lot of younger people use Robinhood. You couldn't trade through them because they only trade NASDAQ, Dow, and New York Stock Exchange. They do not trade OTC. I hope someday in the future that changes, but that's just one platform compared to every other platform that trades stocks. You can even, we actually have brokers actually looking at our profile and looking at possibly having their investment groups investing in it. There's a hedge fund we've been talking to that is possible will be investing in the stock as well. Again, all those things are, you know, we can't tell you to invest, but I would definitely tell you to take a look. Take a look at our stock. Um, Let me see if there's any other questions I need to answer. Okay, one person is asking, do we have any patents or portfolio? So our portfolio is we invest like cement factory. That's part of our portfolio. We invest in cement factory because we have Jeff Schill and AJ Sims as the celebrities for that, and we'll be getting new celebrities as we do more products anyway. Um, because of their following, cement factory has actually been increasing in sales greatly because of they do their um, social media. So that's one. As far as patents, we do not have any patents at this time, but we are looking at getting patents for any product that is called unique enough to get a patent. So I believe the NAD plus that we'll be creating will be unique enough because of the peptides we'll be adding, we can get a patent for that. I believe there'll be other electronic medical devices that I'm looking at right now that I think we will be able to get patents for. Yes. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see what else we have. Somebody's asking, have we conducted clinical trials for our product? So not our specific product, but one of the lab products is under an IND and it is in trials at this time. It is a lower dose of what we have. But remember, we don't have to have trials for patients to use this product. So far, in the research I've seen on this product, it's been in the market for 4 years, and there has not been any negative results. There has not been any type of rejection. Um, Not saying that there couldn't be, it's always possible, but because it is natural and is a 361 product, it does not require trials. However, every patient I treat, I'm tracking their results, and those will be our trials. We've had multiple patients for multiple different illnesses, and I can't discuss them yet because we're just saying wait till your studies are done, and we'll show those results. Let's see if we have anything else here. Asked if I'm working with hospitals in addition to clinics. We are actually in conversation with one hospital. Most hospitals do not like the idea of getting into exomes and stem cells. But if anybody has a hospital that's willing to listen, I'll be more than happy to talk to them and have our doctors talk to them as well. I absolutely believe they should open their minds up and think about this more than pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals work for some things, but it's something it doesn't cure. It just balances you. That's all it does. And we're not saying ours cures. We're saying ours Um, what it does is it will actually repair the damage, not just prolong the damage, not just make you last longer. Okay, I think we're done with all the questions. Yeah, there's one more. So, BioLite coffee is, I think I already said this, it's sold on Amazon and sold on Shopify. I'm actually considering working with high schools and colleges to be able to have that as a product where they can sell it to receive like a commission for their projects, for their different class. Say they have a um, say they have an athletic group that they're looking for funding, we can help donate by giving them a commission for the sales. That's another idea. Okay, I think that's going to wrap up my time with this. All right, I want to thank everybody for being on this call. And if anybody needs any more information, you can email me at CEO at GMmed, ADIAMED.com, or you can go to gmmed.com website and just ask a question there. I have an investors form to fill out there to ask any questions. All right, everybody have a great day.